Hey everyone, it's Karen, and on today's podcast, I'm going to be talking about books again, obviously, my background. And this one is going to be titled My Favorite Genre. Starting out, it was all fairy books and kindergarten, Magic Treehouse series, because I just love me some fantasy. I tried to read like Diary of a Wimpy Kid, but I just didn't like it. I read all the Captain Underpants because of the humor. You gotta have some humor in life. So I'm really glad that they had made that specific series for me and everybody to read. Then in high school, I went from vampire books of all sorts. Obviously starting off with Twilight because that came out when I was in high school. So started off with that. I watched Vampire's Diaries on TV. I kind of noticed that I would find something I really liked and then I would read that because I felt like I was kind of reading like the manuscript of the TV show that I had just watched. So that was my big thing. I also started reading more Stephen King Under the Dome, which is right up there. That was my first Stephen King book. And again, I first started watching the TV show on CBS and then was completely hooked because of one of the characters. He was kind of attractive, but again, it was Stephen King, so I had to watch it because of Stephen King. It was just a bonus that the cop's son with black hair was kind of attractive, but I'm not going to tell you the details about what happens to him. You just got to read it or watch it, whichever. And so then there were plenty of other different TV shows and books. Like another one was like The Zoo. I don't know if you all have heard of The Zoo, but it was based off of animals kind of overtaking the world. I like that because I like animals. I don't like the way they got treated in the movies, but it's again all fake. But once I went to college, it still was stuck with teenager and horror section of the bookstore. And my first college actually had a bookstore in it, which was really helpful and also not helpful because I would go there. It was helpful because I got to there was books that I could buy. Not helpful because there was books I could buy. Like, I just wanted to buy all the books all the time. So it was kind of like really bad. But I started to go to poetry section more as college went on, adding more and more genres. I found out also like suspense from reading Jurassic Parks. Again, back there somewhere, right here. Right here, got this from the bookstore that was attached to my college. But it also helps that I wanted to be a paleontologist when I was younger. But then I found out how much college you have to go through. I was like, I'm okay. I can find bones on my own. I don't need a doctoral degree to find some bones. But as of right now, I'm still stuck with books that have movies or a TV series with it. But if I had to choose one genre, it would be fantasy, hands down, because I grew up wanting a dragon. So a little side story about dragons. I would we had a gravel road. I lived out in the country, and I would walk the gravel road for exercise right before bedtime, just kind of like also blow off some steam from the day. Good to see the country sky, walking, and kind of just peace and quiet. Not dealing with people from school, not dealing with house problems, just being alone outside, calm. But I noticed a rock, and the rock to me kind of looked like a dragon egg. All because I was so little and I had no idea that dragons aren't real, and that was not a real dragon egg. I picked it up, and took care of the rock for a while until I realized that it's just a rock, which was about a week later. but I kept it because it was a shape so neat. If that doesn't tell you that I love me some fantasy, then I don't know what else can. I grew up also a big Harry Potter fan. Again, Harry Potter fan, and I got more behind me, but again, proof I read. The movie has dragons in it, so I blame that movie. I really feel like what we grew up liking is we just becoming bigger kids. So whenever we liked as a little kid, we're just bigger, older adult kids, and we never grow up if you're a book lover. So that's a little bit about me and my Harry Potter obsession. Pretty much. I feel like that whole episode was just that. But anyways, thank you for joining me, and if you have any questions or want to talk about your obsession for Harry Potter, also, if you can see over here, my corner, I have Gryffindor, Slytherin, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, and then Harry Potter's glasses and scar, the gold snitch, and this is the Deathly Hallows symbol. Yes, big nerd. I'm Gryffindor, Team Gryffindor. Always am. I've always been the brave one in the group. But yeah, that's today's episode. Thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.